Happy New Year, everyone. I am back with another polish pickup video for you guys. I am so excited for this theme. This month we have Greek mythology and I am digging it. We've got some really pretty polishes to take a peek at, and I just wanted to just show up and do a little bit of FaceTime with you guys to remind you all that I am starting back my sponsored giveaways on my polish pickup videos. So I will be picking 10 winners to receive a $10 PPU gift code if you are a winner. I'm gonna have this giveaway running from the moment this video goes up, so now up until January 3rd, so Tuesday, today's Sunday, Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. I will have a pinned comment on this video, and all you got to do if you see your name on that list is email me and I'll get you your code. So without further ado, let's dive right into the swatches. So first up, we've got Baroness X Eleusinian Mysteries. This is described as an OG unicorn pea pigment with reflective silver glitter and a clear base. This can be built up on its own, but it really shows its beauty over dark colors. This is inspired by the initiations held every year for the cult of Demeter and Persephone. This is going to be $13.50 and there is no cap. So I chose to wear this over a black cream just so you guys can really see that unicorn pigment here. This is the original pigment, so a strong red to green shift, and that reflective glitter is so pretty. I think because I was wearing the artificial extensions at this point in the month, I didn't really want to show it on its own because I thought that you just weren't going to see it a whole lot over the clear tips. So please know, if you do choose to build this up, I personally think this is going to be more of a topper, and you are absolutely going to see pretty much straight through your nail. It might be just a touch grayed out because of the silver reflective glitter. And next up, we've got DRK Nails The Divas. This is a light silver magnetic polish mixed in a blue to purple base with pink glitter flakes added. This is inspired by the divas singing in the Hercules cartoon movie. Price is $13.90 and there is a cap of 250 bottles. Now we do have two versions of this polish. The darker one here, the Divas, is what is going to be offered through the shop through PPU. The lighter version, which is what I'm going to show you guys here in a moment, that's going to be offered through DRK's website. So if you like the lighter version, you can head on over to her site and get that when the shop opens. Otherwise, this is the version in PPU. So I am using DRK's Magic Magnetic Topcoat, my favorite, and you can see right there it reacts very well with it, and it's got this darker, smoky, sort of purpley background and a really strong indigo, if you will, if you ask me, type of glowing shimmer. Now here is the gospel truth. This is the lighter version. You can see that they are pretty close in how they appear without being magnetized. I think it's got this milky sort of white undertoned, almost dove gray sort of appearance. The flakes, in my opinion, are pretty much identical. The only difference between them, once again, is that unmagnetized. So once the silver pigment collects from your magnet, that purple is what you're going to see. So here in a moment you'll see it once I move the ring magnet, that it's just lighter. So your preference on that. I think this one's going to look really cool with a black cream underneath it, or some type of dark polish underneath it. I think this is a little bit of versatility with that, but just to give an overall idea, you can see the difference between the PPU version on the left and the other prototype on the right. And up next is Ethereal Lacquer. This is Iris, described as a sheer sky blue with red to orange shifting shimmer and twinkling hollow flakes. This is inspired by the namesake, the goddess of rainbows. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 500 bottles. So Ethereal really brings it with the shimmers, of course, and this one's no exception. So I do think that the video is giving you guys a really good idea of what I'm seeing in person. The base almost has a sort of cool toned steel gray undertone to it. The shimmer just takes over everything. Very easy to build up. It's got a very gelatinous, squishy sort of formula with it. And I think overall 2, possibly 3 coats is perfect depending on your preference. And it builds up very easily. And next up is Fair Maiden Polish. This is Selene, described as a smoky blue-gray thermal base when cold, and peachy pink when warm, filled with color-shifting iridescent flakes and hollow flake. This is inspired by the moon goddess. Price is $12 and there is no cap to it. So this has a super squishy formula to it. I think it's going to be best applied going in quite light or thin on your coats to prevent any sort of over buildup. So between the squishy base and the really big giant flakes in this one, just go in very light and don't go in too thick on your coats. So I think that's going to be the best. I think 3 very thin coats is perfect, and you can see between my layers that nice peachy sort of nudish color coming out for the warm state and that darker sort of smoky type of bluish color on the cold state. So overall, very nice and very reactive on the thermal properties. And next up is Night Owl Lacquer. This is Forever Maiden, described as a gray indigo tinted base filled with vibrant fuchsia red, orange, gold, green shifting crystal chameleon flakes and black flakes. Inspired by Hestia, the goddess of the hearth. Price is $13 and there is no cap. So the flakes in this one just steal the show, in my opinion. The base is this smoky sort of tinted indigo that slowly builds up. At this point, I was wearing a artificial tip underneath some dip powder, just kind of experimenting with what I was going to do while my nails healed and grew out. And I still had excellent coverage, even though this was what I would consider a more tinted type of opacity to it. The flakes are so shifty and very rainbow filled, and they kind of remind me of the Hang 10 polish that was really popular from Night Owl a couple years ago. That white polish, it's, in my opinion, a distant cousin to that. So if you liked that and you like the flakes, you gotta get this one. And next up, we've got Psyche Minerals. This is Love Story, described as a beautiful lavender base with linear hollow, inspired by Psyche and Cupid's love story. Price is $12.50 and there's a cap of 100 bottles. So get in there quick if you're wanting this one. Last month's Psyche went pretty quick. I think in like 30 minutes it was out before I could even get the FOMO thread up in the regular Facebook group. So yes. But I digress. So Love Story is stunning. It's gorgeous. If you are a holographic lover of any type, I highly recommend this one. It's beautiful. It has a creamy base. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a whim and describe it as being a 1-coater polish. Beautiful, creamy application. And you can see on my full hand shot there how saturated with rainbows this one is. I'm going to suggest going in with a water-based top coat underneath your quick dry top coat if you use one, to make sure that that nice pigment still stands out. And Sassy Sauce brings us Tides of Poseidon. This is a shimmery aqua when cold with super shifty aurora sparkle that shows a blue to green shift. When warm, it fades to a peachy nude and shows an intense shift of blue, green, purple. And this is inspired by a pic of Poseidon on a wave in the Aegean Sea. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 500. So this is probably the last time you guys will see me with the jelly tips. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, I developed a very nasty allergy, and that's probably because of my user error, most likely. But this is the last you'll see of it. I am returning back to natural nails, yay, for the new year. I just wanted to note that I went up to 3 coats on Tides of Poseidon because of the length of the jelly tips here. On natural nails, I think 2 coats is going to be perfect because this does have a very creamy, easy to build up formula. Now, I also want to very much point out that on my full hand shot here and on the ice water shot, that the warm state is not coming out so much nude, peachy nude as what the description says, but my camera is just picking up on that shimmer so much. So please note, in person, I do think it does have more of a peachy lean to it than what my swatches and the video are showing you. So the shop is currently up for wish listing if you want to get in there and edit it or add or whatever you want to do. Please note, again, just leave a comment and just keep an eye out for the pinned comment from me coming on Tuesday for the winners, so you can email me and get your $10 PPU gift code if you're a winner. I'll have all this broken down below in the description box, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.